Do you ever put a ton of hard work into your project and just don't feel like wearing it after it's done? Recently, in one of my videos, a comment came up down underneath and there were a lot of responses, and I think this really needs to be touched on. So I really want to thank the viewer who started that conversation. I appreciate it, and I think it's just something we need to talk about because this has happened to me multiple times, and apparently it's pretty common. So you put all this effort into something, maybe it's even your favorite colors. I've been working so hard at being so intentional about what colors I bring in and what colors I want to use, but this really came to light recently with two projects, and let me show you them. I have two shawls here, and I did alter each of them slightly. This is the Luna shawl. I think it's Loon shawl from Expression Fiber Arts. Whoops, I've got it backwards there. Here we go. From Expression Fiber Arts. I did make this much shorter than hers because I really like my upperwear, top, whatever you want to say, to be a little bit more cropped. I wear a lot of my waistline's pretty high up here, and I like it to also cut that. I don't want to then bring all of the fabric down here, since I'm trying to be intentional about bringing my waistline up a little where it's a little bit smaller to give myself the illusion of a waist. Anyway, here is this shawl, and I totally recommend the pattern. This is Soft and Sleek DK in the color Irish Rain. Love it. Love it. Beautiful yarn, works up great. It's low pill. I love it. The pattern on this is impeccable. Like, I absolutely love it. I love the detail. I do feel a little bit like I'm getting in touch with my Irish ancestry when I wear this. And like I said, I did crop this a little bit because I did want it to be smaller. Now, let me show you the next one. And I do realize this isn't totally going with my Fleetwood Mac t-shirt. This next one is, I really can't remember what it's called, but I'll have both of these linked down in the description box. This is by Fiber Spider. I love this yarn, and the color is, I think it's called Mahogany Singe. Like I said, I'll have it linked down below. The alteration I made with this, because his you can do at any length you want, but the alteration I did was when I was done, I did go around the entire outside of the project with single crochets, just to kind of weight it down a little more and give it a little more structure. I'm going to go ahead and stand up so you can see this one. This comes down lower in the back. But again, I did want to wear it a little bit cropped. So how do these scarves play into what I'm talking about? I love both of these, and I'm in no way knocking this one at all. But this one is much, much simpler. The pattern was much simpler. This one is far more elegant. It's got a lot more going on in the pattern, a lot more texture. I think we can all agree that this one is just more elegant. So why do I feel more comfortable in this mesh one? Okay, right? Valid question. And I've been kind of going through my wardrobe and really looking at stuff and trying to feel comfortable in what I'm wearing and feel authentic. And in my research that I want to pass on to you, if you find you're not wearing your crochet, it could be because it doesn't feel authentic to you. And I've been going through and doing some research on something called the 3-word method. And it's Alison Bornstein is the original creator of this, and she's got a book on it. I will link all of that information, and I'll probably link like a video from her and then a couple videos by other creators that I follow that have also used this, because I found them first and then found the original one. But the point of this, and I'm going to oversimplify it here, so definitely do your own research, but the gist of the 3-word method is finding 3 words that exemplify your style, and then having clothes that fit into that. So the very first area of this is you're supposed to go to your closet and you're supposed to pick out those items that you just always wear and you always go to, and that are just like trusted, tried and true, like, you know, if you just don't want to have to think or you want to feel confident, and you grab those items. What describes those items? So for me, I wear a lot of long dresses with high waists. Some have prints. A lot of them have animal prints on them, but they are very comfortable. And for me, I really think that comfort takes my number one spot in this 3-word method, because I am not comfortable in pants. I am not comfortable in jeans. I hate how they feel around my midsection. I generally feel a lot more confident and comfortable because I know I'm covered in my dresses. I don't have like top riding up in the back, and and then my low back hanging out, or I don't have anything just spilling out. I know that I'm covered, and basically it kind of feels like wearing pajamas. So I think even though they're dresses and you would consider that dressy, it's still a thing where comfort is definitely my governing style choice. Like if I know I have to be riding in the car, or I know I'm going to be going somewhere uncomfortable, like emotionally uncomfortable or physically, anything like that, I know like wear the most comfortable clothes. I remember being nervous about going to a dermatologist appointment, and I was like, I'm wearing the most comfortable dress I have. So comfort is number one. Now the next point in the 3-word method is going to be your aspirational word. So they suggest going to like your Pinterest board. I went and looked through my closet, in my drawers, and kind of looked at a few pieces that I have bought but haven't worn yet, because I haven't figured out how to pull them in. One of those is like a dark brownish black like tulle skirt. It's long and it's tulle, and it is so fun. I really like the way it looks, but I haven't figured out what top to put with it. The next item I have is, it's like a black mesh shirt, so it's kind of see-through, and I bought it to go under like tanks and tees, so that it isn't just like my bare arm showing, but it's definitely like a black mesh. And then I also bought like, it's an ivory colored lace top, and again, to go under other shirts. But I have some of these items, and I'm like, what is it? Like, what is the defining characteristic of these items that I do aspire to? One of the things I love wearing is, it was just some random t-shirt I thrifted, and it's like, it says Easy Tiger, and it's got a tiger, and it's got like paint splotches on it. And I like wearing that. Like I've worn it to a few get-togethers with a cardigan and like a skirt, and I feel more confident in that. And I'm like, what is it about these items? They're definitely like edgier. They're definitely a little more wild. Definitely not pieces that I see people in my geographical area wearing all the time. They're a little bit like darker. I don't want to say goth, but yeah, not goth, but just edgier. I'm like, what is it about these pieces? Like, what is it that I find appealing? And, I thought about different, like edgy or rebellious, like different things like that. I have kind of a bad connotation in my mind about the word rebellious, stemming from my childhood. So I'm definitely not using that word. But I love a lot of those aspects. I just feel like the right aspirational word is rock and roll. the third word you're supposed to pick is to evoke a feeling. And, you know, some people pick like soft or classic or lots of different things like that. And I think even though my number 1 is comfort, my number 2 is rock and roll, I think my number 3 is feminine, because I do still want to appear feminine. You know, I love having the long hair. I love wearing makeup. I love wearing like a dark lip. I love those things. And I do love my skirts and dresses. And I think that feeling I want you to feel, even though it is a little bit edgier, like if you were to think of me, I want that image to be feminine. So the reason I bring up this whole 3-word method is because I think it's possible that you could be doing the same thing I am doing and making absolutely beautiful pieces, but it doesn't feel authentic to you, and then you don't end up wearing it. You know, it's kind of weird that I would feel more comfortable in something so simple that took a fraction of the time, you know, to this really beautiful one that is actually made out of nicer yarn even too. But it's almost like overly feminine when I have this on. It is so ruffly. And like I said, I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but it's like there's zero rock and roll. There's definitely comfort, but there's zero rock and roll. And since this is feminine, when I put it on with my dresses, it's like over the top feminine, where I feel like, again, this probably isn't the right outfit to be wearing this with here, but, you know, this is something where I feel like it adds that little bit of edginess to the feminine dresses and really makes it feel authentically me. I hope this can help you out. Like I said, I will have the list of resources down in the description box, and I've got a whole playlist that I've just been slowly building and working on about crochet and personal style. So if this is something you're struggling with, go ahead and check out that playlist. Thank you for talking yarn with me. Talk to you soon. Bye.